Hey, this is Greg Eagles. I am just giving a shout out to Cameron Mian and his YouTube channel, Camacaroon. I hope I said that right. Camacaroon. So, Cameron, I wish you all the best with this channel. And I have a little help too from a friend of mine, somebody that you might know. Good friend. Hello, this is the Grim Reaper here. That's right. We're here to promote Camarock. We're going to try that again. Camacaroon. Camacaroon, the YouTube channel that will be discussing none other than the great Billy and Mandy game. So you must watch it in order to see this classic game and what it's all about, man. Because if you don't watch it, remember, I'll be coming for you. Camacaroon, Camacaroon, Camacaroon. Say it 3 times fast and see what happens to you, okay? All right, man. We just want to say congrats on the YouTube channel and make sure you check it out. Don't miss it, and whatever you do, don't make it grim. All right, Cameron. Good luck with you and Camacaroon. Take care.
Well, what am I gonna review? I know. Let's do the thing that every other YouTuber has done in the past and look at my shelf for some games. What can we play today? Xenoblade? Too long. Golf Toadstool Tour? Not into sports. Hunting Ground? Not spoopy enough. Rule of Rose? Too mid. There has to be something that I haven't played in a long time that I want to revisit for some indiscriminate amount of reason. Hello. It's been a hot minute since I touched this, so why not? Oh. The game is missing. Who would have known? Let's see. If I were a game about the Grim Reaper and a bunch of kids, where would I be? I know exactly where it's going to be. I'll be right back. And so the intrepid reviewer decided to head for the one place to find his video game. I certainly do not understand it, but why should I even care? I am just a gag to show a reference to a show within another show. Do not question it. Do not question! Where could it be? Drive myself crazy. Oh. That was easy. Ugh. A little dirty, but I can manage. Right, back home. And to think I went to 3 cemeteries just for this little thing. At least I got it back. I have no transition, just go straight to the video. Alright, now here's a little bit of a history lesson, or a personal history lesson, before we begin. Long ago, when I was a wee little child, without much hair and very gordo, as they say in Spanish, There was this cartoon I used to watch called Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious that I'd mention it. You know, it's the fucking game we're playing. And, well, from what I remember, it was an experience. This is the kind of show that put in, like, surreal humor.
Hello, Jericho. Steel friend.
And even some dark occult elements. Into a kid show that was still able to make it quite entertaining. I'm surprised they got away with some of the stuff they did. Now, granted, I haven't seen the show in years, but there's some parts that I still find really funny and some parts that I find really messed up. Anyway, what does this have to do with the video? Well, during the height of its popularity, there was a video game about it on PS2, GameCube, GBA apparently, and it was even around for the launch of the Wii. A little bit later than it did, but hey, good enough. Let me just say, oh boy, that version must be lovely. I got this game so long ago back in the day, I don't even remember when, but I loved it. I don't even really think many know about it, so I figured I'd get a reason to talk about it, because why the hell not? It's just what I do. It's more of a personal piece, but I feel like I can get one of these every once in a while. Come on, give me a bone here. Now, I do hope this is one of those instances where the game holds up even as an adult and isn't just me being nostalgia blind. In fact, the last time I touched this, I was like 13 or something. So, it's been a while. And honestly, yeah, this is gonna feel like a whole new experience for me. So, yeah, let's dive right in. Alright, so from what I do remember about the game, this is a big homage, or at least it plays just very similar to Power Stone. Wait, do people even remember that game? Okay, alright, side tangent. Power Stone's a big open 3D arena fighter where you get power-ups and various weapons to fight your opponent, ultimately leading to getting enough stones to get a superpower, which is basically just like an ultra move, and you know, Capcom will never acknowledge it again, so there you go. Only its characters will ever show up, so enjoy that little lesson. But anyway, the game is very similar to it. You have several different areas to run around and kick the crap out of people, collecting these things called mojo balls. They're basically black and purple swirling balls, and when you get enough to fill the meter, you get a neat little air combo that KOs everybody, and sometimes you can't even see it, because the camera angles are stupid. Fill up the meter twice and you get an AoE, like ultra attack called a Mojo Meltdown. Each character has their own meltdown animation that ranges from pretty neat, a nice little reference to the show, or just meh. It's best to run for them before someone else gets them, or else you'll have a bad time. Luckily, if they combo you, you can counter it by pressing the attack when your meter is full. So that's a neat mechanic, almost like a super meter, you know, canceling out with your own EX move. If that makes any sense. Also around the area, in chests, you have different kinds of weapons. Each weapon has different attributes and are split into different kinds of classes. You know, you got blades, you got projectiles, all that kind of stuff. Stuff like projectiles are absurdly broken, as you can just stun lock your opponent, making it completely inescapable, and you can fucking kill everything in like one round of ammo. It is insane. Especially weapons like the Scythe 2.0 and the Glass Gun. Oh my god, there is no escaping it unless you get hit or, you know, you just miss. Not to mention stuff like the Black Knight Sword being a game changer or ender. It's basically a vampire weapon. It sucks away your health, and only 4 swings is able to kill you. So, yeah, good luck with that. There's also other kinds of things, like you can hypnotize your opponent, make them go where you want, basically stun them, stealing their brains, all kinds of stuff. The balance of items is really bad. Some are either really good or absolute trash. Now, the game isn't just versus battle. There's other things in here. Just relax, I'm getting to it. Frickin' ingrates. There's actually a story mode in this game. Well, basically the plot follows the mojo balls being released from Grimm's chest by some mysterious entity, and everyone gets to fight. Because, you know, they all want the balls. Get the balls. Which, off the bat, I gotta say it's commendable they were able to even think of a reason that everyone's fighting. Most games don't even do that, or they go for some sort of generic tournament, or evil clone, or honestly some other third thing. Basically, what you gotta do is go through an onslaught of opponents till you reach the end. Which is the Voltaire Meteor, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like the song. It's not a very good boss fight. In fact, it's the easiest thing in the universe, but hey, whatever. I'll take it. Now, the game only has a set amount of cutscenes, so you're bound to see the same one show up depending on where you fight, and they don't change. Honestly, with some more dev time, they could have made at least special endings, like special ending cutscenes, or even just a special ending graphic for each character. You know, maybe some other kind of cutscenes to go along with it. You know, maybe some factions. I don't know, freaking Mortal Kombat PS2 games were able to include a whole story mode, so, I mean, what's the big deal? But, that's alright, I guess. Something I could really appreciate about the game is that it brings just about every single voice back from the original series. Like, everyone, actually, except for...
Now, man, are you looking for someone?
He's now replaced by, well, pick your choice. He's done a million voices at this point. Writing the game is also fairly decent. I mean, there's some times that I've had myself actually laughing at what these characters say, either in cutscene or just dialogue options.
Those mojo balls are potent.
What about you? Weren't you in the last fight too?
I thought we agreed not to talk about the plot holes, Mandy.
And the music, well, I mean, it's basically stuff from the show. I'm pretty sure I've heard every single one of these in an episode from vague memory. So that's pretty neat. It's not really lazy. I mean, it fits with the show, and even the models themselves look like that they transfer well from 2D to 3D. So, good job. There's also a mission mode, which is basically a set of dream matches. This introduces you to various mechanics, characters, and game modes you can unlock for the multiplayer. Now, I'll be honest, some of these are great at introducing these modes to you, but towards the end, there's a lot that's really pisses me off. A lot of them make me need to get my mojo going. Now, the game's all good and fun in some aspects, but there's honestly some major flaws that really separate it apart from most licensed games, honestly making some of it kind of generic. I don't know, it seems like it falls on a lot of stigmas of most licensed games, but I don't know, I'll explain it later. But basically, not including lack of story variety, I'd also say there isn't much fighting variety either. There's only 4 kinds of styles the characters have. You know, you got characters with front-facing heavy attacks that use blunt weapons. Got long-range type weapons, and their heavy's a spinning move. Heavy piercing forward, and you know, they got a bunch of wide swings. And they got fast-paced jabs and a backhand heavy. Granted, there's only 15 characters, not including the 5 secret playable mob enemies, but they don't really shake up who gets what style evenly enough. I mean, I think one of the types has 5, if I remember. It causes a real imbalance. What else causes an imbalance is that each character has has different damage values? At least I think there are. I don't know, man. Like, every character either takes a hit really well or they get knocked down faster than getting their face dragged across the street. Mandy is somehow, but not really surprisingly, the strongest. Every time they pair me up with someone while I'm already playing as a weak character and you fight Mandy, well, prepare to die. She will kill you in 2 combos flat, and trust me, I have done it. I hate every second I have to fight with a mid-tier character made of glass, bones, and paper skin. This doesn't help later on in the mission mode, which I was talking about. It gives you some of the worst characters to fight as, and you got some really tough challenges in a fight to the end. Now, the game also has a set of collectibles to obtain. It's mostly game trailers, mostly for Cartoon Network, or at least Midway Entertainment licensed games. But aside from that, it's not really much. You also get some art and, even a couple sketches of things from the show. Which, I appreciate, but honestly, I wish there was more. I'm expecting a lot from a fighting game, let alone a licensed one or even a licensed game. Yeah, you could say that, but from a PS2 game, where a lot of them have some replay value. Even something like Tekken, CVS 2, all the main fighting games. Hell, even Power Stone has more replayability. I don't think it's too unrealistic. I mean, they're still more accessible in other types of games. I'm not saying the licensed games should be a standard up to, what people see the SpongeBob ones as, or, even something like Scott Pilgrim or whatever, but, I don't know, for the time, you had so many other competitors in the fighting game scene that really, they could have done a lot more. I honestly wish we knew more about the development of the game, because I'm sure they didn't have much time. Really, if they gave it a couple more years, I mean, the show would have been off the air by then, had its finale, and they could have put more into it, Would have been a good send-off, whether for fans or even newcomers to get into. Honestly, there's not even much to drive new fans away. Honestly, there's like a couple of references that might go over your head, but it's not even that much. The most obscure character is Lord Pain, but even then, he shows up pretty early in the series, even though he's a one-note character, really. Overall, this game's got to be one of the most jank and non-replayable things I've played recently. For a Power Stone clone, it's not bad, but it could have been better, and really when you start a new file, there's a lot to do, so it's not all bad. But once you start completing everything and realize that to fully unlock all the characters, you have to play the story mode a million times, and that really gets on my nerves, having to fight the same kind of characters in the same 8 areas, I think. Honestly, I remember really liking it as a kid, but I don't know, it's just kind of mid now. I really don't see myself starting over to play it again, even though I could just do it in about 1 day with enough time. I mean, it's not bad, it's not good. It just needed a bit more polish. I don't know, that's kind of where I stand on it. But I will say, it was definitely interesting to revisit this game again, but honestly, I think it's about time to put it back on the shelf. And I'm gonna go do something else. So, yeah. Whatever video I have planned next, yeah, keep an eye out on that one. Anyways, thank you for watching as per usual. Yeah, intro should be getting to go, and oh, okay, alright, transition. Awesome, fine, thanks. And thus the review ends. If you've been paying attention, it's because you're a nerd with nothing better to do. And what of Camacaroon, you ask? It doesn't matter. And what of everyone else watching this video? Who cares? They bore the snot out of me. Hey, just wanted to thank everyone for watching this video up to the end, you know, as per usual. I also want to thank Greg Eagles. I found him on Cameo and decided to have him record that message for me. Thank you very much. It's fantastic. Cameo will be linked in the description, and yeah, that's the end of the video. Serve me,